Cave Crew Radio pre-show, ladies and gentlemen. The show is going live in about 10 minutes over on Cave Crew TV on YouTube and, of course, on Facebook Live, cavecrewradio.com. Great show ahead of us, ladies and gentlemen. Number one, Big B and I had a week off last week. I was away fishing, if that's what you want to call it. And so we took a week off. But it's the return of London, England's own Choo Choo Stu tonight, broadcasting from a brand new studio. I still think all the money from all the merchandise, which, by the way, is 30% off, just go to cavecrewradio.com and order a t-shirt. I think it's all going to Stu because he's got a much more elaborate setup than the rest of us. We're going to have a fun show. We're going to catch up on a lot of things. Whenever the junior intern is in studio, the script goes out the window, and we never know what's going to happen. Big B, a little bit of trouble with his earphones due to Google Chrome. I think he's here.
I am.
And he seems in good spirits today after the New York Rangers got the first pick overall.
We are the epicenter of the NHL pick.
Here's Frankie for you. Frankie the weatherman. New York Rangers first pick. Even Frankie took notice to that.
So yeah, it's a big deal. It's great. And you know what? Now that you bring it up, I am a little perturbed that again I am not seeing any of the royalties, the exploits of the Cave Crew Radio merchandise. It's all going to you and Stu. First, you two.
Well, how do you figure me?
Well, first you two both buy brand new cars, and now Stu has a brand new studio. So obviously more is going to Stu, but you got some.
And you will all see the studio in about 7 minutes' time, ladies and gentlemen. So share this and tell your friends and get ready for an endless summer beach party. A Choo Choo Stu. We haven't seen you in seems like months.
Well, lockdown has a funny way of dealing with things, and but I'm back for now anyway. Like you say, a new angle. I haven't got a new studio. I've got a new angle to my studio.
Yes, well, I like it. Studio C. Studio C. Or what was the show last week? You are in Group C. You are in Studio C. Yeah. Looks great. And every time you talk, Stu, the lights change in the background. I can't wait for everyone to see this. It's amazing.
It's got to be done sometimes. I've got a different array of lighting to set my mood. I do actually have a candle going in the far corner there as well.
I got a cigarette going, so I'm but every time he talks, Big B, the lights blink in the back.
Oh, yeah, it's done on the I've got the music setting on the back of the TV. Mm-hmm. So when the music's playing, it's like your disco effect or whatever it is,
He's like a cross between Amsterdam and upper state New York.
I have got like a platform here for my personal strippers, should the need arise.
For his personal strippers.
Yeah. And let us stress, ladies and gentlemen, that he's in his own backyard and his wife is probably 100 feet away.
I'm in the best room of my house, I have to say.
Which is not a room in the house at all.
Who would ever thought, when we've talked about this many times, but we're in our cave. Big B is in his basement studio. I'm in my basement studio. Stu at one point was in a basement studio that is now a bathroom.
Yeah.
But who would have thought the man cave would have evolved?
But you wouldn't believe, right?
A cabin.
But you wouldn't believe how just like I don't know how big it is. It's like probably 12 foot by 10 foot or something like that. It's not particularly big, But this room is like a magnet for people. My daughter comes in here and she hangs out with her friends. I'm looking for my wife over the house. Where's she gone? She's in here laying down on the sofa watching the TV.
It's a beautiful setup. It
But it
really
is the room is small, but I've got a sofa in there and it just pulls out, which it's pulled out tonight as a bed. And, I've got my little sort of bedside cabinet type thing. I've got my optics for my bar. I've got all my decor on the walls, my pictures, my clock. I've got vines growing around the room. It's like you couldn't really ask for more.
But let's look at it. Let's look at it this way. Out of the three of us, remember where Stu started?
Yeah,
he started in his car under a bridge, and now he has the best setup of the three of us.
Well, he's by far the most popular member of the show.
Oh, absolutely.
I think in reality, having been to all three studios, each have their own strengths. That's all I can say.
Okay.
Brian's.
Yeah, he is.
Brian's is the coolest. Brian's is the coolest by far.
He's the only one that has been in all three studios.
That's very true.
Hmm.
But I still think, even though he says mine is the coolest, you have your own building. So I would say yours is the coolest.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I like my own best, obviously. But like I say, I haven't got a basement in my house. Well, allegedly. I haven't got a basement. Not an official basement. But you guys have both got basements. Brian's got like a proper raw man cave down there. He's got everything a man cave. He ticks every box for the man cave.
I have a corner. We actually have a great man cave down here. It's just I lost my man card.
DK, you've got a fantastic man cave. Yeah, it's just how the area is allotted.
Yeah, and it's not mine anymore, to be quite honest with you. I just come down here and broadcast.
Oh, but it's still a cool space anyway.
Well, it is, but I really should, before the heat wave goes away. I'm just nervous, but I should, and I can't do it with this damn laptop because I need the TV to fucking be my monitor. I wanted to do a show from the gazebo and have Big B in his outdoor.
Yeah.
Because both Big B and I have also done some amazing things with our outdoors this year during COVID. And we just haven't had a chance to.
Exactly. You've both made like a really nice little oasis out in the backyards.
It's funny. A friend of mine, like I've been taking, I took pictures of the stuff we've done outside and all that. And a friend of mine has deemed it quarantine quaintness.
It's funny, a Big B, because I made a mistake, and we're going to go live in about 2 minutes, but and we saved a lot of money when we went away last week. We went to a cottage, got it like probably half price, 75% what you normally pay. Mm-hmm. And then, we spent all this money on the backyard, the gazebo, the hot tub, the shed. It's beautiful back there.
Right.
I made a comment to my wife. Oh, you've been talking about getting that island in the kitchen. There's one on sale. She bought it tonight. And then, of course, things start not matching. And it's like that old shampoo commercial. And so on and so on. So anyway, $350 purchase has now become probably over $1,000.
Oh, because the colors have to match.
The colors have to match,
right.
and that's a really old microwave stand. It's beautiful. What are you talking? It looks like new, yeah, but it doesn't match.
Yeah, and before you know it, your copper pans don't really match anymore.
Nothing.
Yeah, my wife was off last week, and we didn't go anywhere. But the bedroom got redone and reconfigured, and new paint and new curtains, and yeah, I get it.
All right, Anyway, folks, enough of the small talk. It's the return of Choo Choo Stu. And you're going to see the studio and you're going to see us live in all our glory here at Cave Crew Radio. I just have to touch a few buttons and everything is going to come into reality.
Initiate countdown.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is a production of the Cave Crew Radio Network at cavecrewradio.com.
When the world turned their back on men. Men with a dream and savage yearning within them. Legions compelled by passion that knows no boundary. A consuming flame that defies plausible explanation. Battling the forces of domestication, they find the courage to band together to experience the awesome power of big men.
I said with all due respect.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Tonight's broadcast of the masculine feminist has been commandeered by the secret society No Ma'am.
Gotta go to a place where I get a shot and a beer, steak, man. Saying we can stop, get pancakes, and then we'll get laid, all right?
Why do you drink ice cold beer on a hot day?
Mr. Clevin, what else are you gonna do with it?
To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
The Yankees are champions of baseball! It's a power play goal!
This is Cave Crew Radio.
Indeed, it is Cave Crew Radio, ladies and gentlemen. My name is DK. After a week off for a little summer holiday, it is great to be back, and we have brought a very special friend back to get the energy going here in the cave at Cave Crew Radio. We are live on Facebook, over on our Facebook group page, Cave Crew Radio. We are live on YouTube, on Cave Crew TV, and of course, we're always live at cavecrewradio.com. And we are available in podcasts wherever good podcasts can be found. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, because of our special return tonight, we are running a 30% off sale on all our merchandise, which includes the new Lockdown t-shirt, CCR 2020 Lockdown t-shirt. Just go to cavecrewradio.com and click on the proper spot, and you can purchase yours today. Continue to build the Lego that is Choo Choo Stu's log cabin over there, the most beautiful studio in all the universe. I don't want to waste any time tonight. We want to start getting people on board. The epicenter or something, I'm not sure what it is yet because I haven't gone to the daily Queens, New York debriefing, but I'm sure we're going to find out soon. Over to Queens, New York, and Sir Big B.
Yes, live from the epicenter of draft picks. I am Sir Big B with the number one draft pick in the NHL draft upcoming, the New York Rangers. We're very excited about that.
New York Rangers first pick.
There you go. And speaking of the merchandise, 30% off, I just purchased 2 masks. I purchased the Lockdown mask and the old school Cave Crew Radio with the beer mug in the middle. I purchased that mask as well. So
Oh shit! I gotta get mine.
I have 2 masks coming now. I was going to see if one of you guys ordered a mask as well. We could race to see. Well, we know
you know damn well
DK would come in last.
By the time I get my mask here in Canada, I'll be dealing with influenza.
Right. So yes, I should have mine next week or so, and I'm quite looking forward to
sewing them in his fucking basement, and he's maybe I'll send DK his next week. I got time. The wife's not out in the office this week. She's not scamming postage.
That's right. So I can't wait for my masks to come. But like you said, I don't want to waste any time because this is a big, very exciting and important night. For the first time in a long time, I do believe I hear London calling. Is London there?
Ding dong. I believe, yes. Yeah, good evening. Thank you for having me back after this short hiatus. Maybe it's a long hiatus. I'm not sure. But
I'm not sure we fired you.
It's no, I was waiting for the letter to come, and I was thinking, has it come from New York? Because it would have been here in 5 days.
Yeah.
Has it come from Canada? You know, it could come at any time, and I'm still thinking I'm employed.
If it's coming from Canada, you'll probably get another 25 episodes in.
But if you don't mind sending me that thing, maybe put me on furlough with the amount that I'm meant to be paid, and my government would actually pay me, and I could pump that money back into the Cave Crew Radio and buy a few face masks.
I'm telling you,
I never thought of buying the face mask.
I'm loving the studio there, and I love that when he's talking, the light behind the TV. Now, the TV, you can see us on the TV, which is wonderful. But as he talks, the light behind the TV flares up.
Yeah,
different colors.
We got to get him solo here, because I have questions.
I've got the old voice recognition going on, or the sort of disco movement, as it were.
Awesome.
On my TV.
We can do Stu solo all night, Big B, because they can see us in the background.
That is true. We could wait.
Who needs blue screens or green screens or whatever it is?
Oh no, it's double Stu. Okay.
Oh no, but wait. Now you have to leave this on until the screen behind Stu goes to full Stu. Then it's going to be Stu within a stew within a stew within a. It's going to go on forever. It's going to be wonderful.
It's like when you close 2 mirrors together. You ever do that when you were a kid?
I could maybe screenshot that and put it in our bedroom.
It's beautiful. So question number 1, let's go to the what is my right-hand corner. There's a beautiful shelf built up there, and there are 2 I don't know what they are. Barbie
figurines.
Figurines. Okay.
They're actually American.
Okay, so what are they? Royal Daltons? What are
no,
those?
They're not Royal Daltons. They're oh god, I can't remember. Oh god, that one doesn't really. They're Michael something or other. Anyway, but they're American. They're American Civil War sort of statues.
Oh, nice. And I can't see the other corner, but there's like other shelves there. There's like the retro posters there. You see the vines. Yeah, look at this. Look at this show. It looks like he has some hot sauce, Big B.
I've got some hot sauce there. I've got some hula hoops.
Hula hoops. Hey, this
which are like another British.
Yeah, that's not what I call a hula hoop.
They're British snacks.
I thought a hula hoop was something you put behind your. This is wonderful. Yeah. This is all inside, ladies and gentlemen. We were talking about this briefly before we went on air. This is all before in like an 8x10 homemade. Stu built it from scratch. Mm-hmm. At one point, he was storing bikes and shit in it during the renovations. This is beautiful. Now, are you going to decorate it for like Halloween and Christmas? And are you going to get?
But the thing is, I keep getting like little ornaments like these sort of Civil War sculptures and stuff like that, and I keep getting told to grow up.
No, I don't think you should.
No, absolutely not.
I think This is
I've got things in the post coming, little sculptures and stuff like that, cowboy stuff. And
Are these fans sending you this? Because I don't get anything. I once opened an envelope and I think it was dog shit. I'm not really sure.
And my wife says, like, I think we've got enough stuff in there now. And personally, I think no, we haven't. I just want to cover the walls with shit. Do you know what I mean? Like just little.
Is there any opportunity of building a loft inside the log cabin? Like, can you go up? Like, can you build like a little staircase?
I have thought about it because I do need to rebuild this roof actually, because when I built this cabin, the wood was like green wood. It's like untreated wood.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem you get with that in the first year is like the expansion of the wood and the or is it the other way? What's the opposite of that?
Contraction. It expands and contracts.
So it's contracted. So during this very hot summer, it's contracted and it's tongue and groove. So I have actually got like a few gaps up here. It's nothing major. There's a few bits in the roof, and you're talking like 1/4 inch gaps, but it's not, you know, it's here and there. The neighbor 2 doors down who had someone build her loft, like build her cabin professionally, has had them back, and I knew why they were back, but I went and spoke to the guy at the front. I said, "You got gaps, haven't you?" And he went, yeah, and so he come and fixed all that. But I need to take the roof off and squash it back together. But it's not really a big issue. But the wife says, "Oh, don't touch it, don't touch it." So I am going to leave it for now. But I was thinking of actually raising the roof and, maybe building a little loft up there.
Yeah, or a room for more storage.
And I'm also thinking of taking like the same cabin and building it next door, because I've got a shed next door. So I'm going to get rid of the shed and build like a diva den.
A diva den. Okay. With adjoining sliding doors.
Yeah. My wife said, "Oh yeah, you can just like cut a door into it and we can join them." And I said, "I don't think so, you know."
Now I have a question. You said there's gaps in the roof. Now, what happens if it rains? Are you getting water in the cabin
because
now?
I've got roofing felt on top, so
okay.
So I can see just like it's not like I can put my finger through it, but I can see the roofing felt in a couple of places. But because I built this, I see things that other people don't see, and I think, "Oh shit!" Like there's a little gap there. But my wife is from Finland, so wood is their name. You know what I mean? Everything they build is wood, and she's experienced with that. She's going, "Wait until the winter; it will all go back to where it was." It's like, don't worry about it. You know, don't create work for yourself.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. The most magnificent studio in all of radio. If it's not good enough that you've got Canada, the United States, and England talking to you, it's just the hand-built, made with love studio. Now we have to spin things over to Big B very quickly, because Big B this week received a very strange voicemail.
I have to put it in a second.
Hang on a minute. We'll get Big B here, and Big B was accused of something, and we don't know if this is Stu.
Before you play this, now we all get these sort of from time to time, like a phone call. I got one as like some kind of text message the other day, and I really had to think, hold up, shit, this is real, because it seems all legit. And then I'm looking, right, so what was the email it was, or what was the text caller's number? And I'm thinking, that's not a real number. Or you Google the number, or you Google the email address that they've sent it from. It might be from a legitimate email address with 777-689 on the end or something like that, and you just think it just doesn't seem right. But for a split second, you can get caught very easily.
Very easily.
So I hope Brian wasn't caught.
No, I
We'll
wasn't.
talk about this in a minute, but let's listen to Big B's phone message.
Saved message. Saved message.
This message is to inform you that SSA and Legal Enforcement Agency is filing a legal warrant against your name and your social security number for fraudulent activities. An arrest warrant has also been issued on your name for money laundering, and the investigating team of our department is investigating you and your family. To get more information about your arrest warrant and case file from the United States government, you may press 1 for more information before we download your case into the courthouse. Thank you. Press 1 now.
Now, is there any way we can get that Indian on the line?
I don't even remember what phone number it was.
Delhi.
Now, did you phone the police?
No.
They called me and told me I was doing tax evasion. I said, when do you want me to drive myself to the jail?
Yeah, I don't remember when I got this like maybe 2 weeks ago. And since we didn't do the show last week, I totally forgot about it until today when I got another voicemail. And I deleted that voicemail and it's like, what's my saved voicemail? And then I was like, oh shit. That's when I sent you guys a message saying, remind me, I got to play this. Yeah, it's a scam that always goes on where either they say your social security number is suspended, which isn't a thing. You're being investigated, and it's all a thing to try to get money out of you.
And the amazing thing is they want Walmart gift cards.
Yeah, Walmart, Amazon gift cards, something like that.
The only way we will do it is if you release us $250 in Walmart gift cards.
Right. It's utterly ridiculous. So no, I didn't. As soon as I heard that, I was like, yeah, okay. And I knew I had to save it because I had to play it for you guys. But yeah, it's utterly ridiculous. And but the sad thing is, people actually fall for this.
That's
like
what I was going to say.
Did they want you to phone back to call them?
Well, in this message, because I don't pick up phone calls that I don't know their number to. So in this message, they didn't realize it was obviously an automated message that they can't tell that it's on voicemail. So they wanted you to press 1. I guess if I was live and I pressed 1, I would be sent somewhere else and maybe speak to somebody. And that's when they, ask me for Amazon or Walmart gift cards.
That would be amazing. And then you put them on hold and say, hang on a minute. Guido's at the door. I'm just doing one more drop off to get rid of the evidence.
Yes. You say something like that. But and like I said, people do fall for that. I'm a part of a Facebook group for our neighborhood. And you hear like people, oh, my elderly neighbor fell for the scam. It's like, there's a lot of information out there. You shouldn't be falling for this nowadays.
Yeah.
When it first happened, maybe sure.
Just put the phone down.
Well, no, I personally, if I actually answer, return. And you know how to tape these things, Stu. I don't know how to do that yet. But governments and stuff like that do not go about. Like if Big B was wanted for laundering, he would not be receiving a phone call.
It's a tip-off.
He would have someone with a fucking battering ram at his front door, with 42 fucking undercover cops.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. And the social security number for here in the U.S., we have a social security number. You guys obviously have something similar.
Same thing, yeah. Social insurance is ours, yeah.
Right, same thing. So the social security number is suspended. That's not a thing because the only thing the social security number is basically for identification purposes.
Right.
So it can't be suspended. It means nothing, but it's there because nobody's ever heard of that before. You get scared. Oh shit, my social security number, it's suspended. What I got to do?
Yeah.
Here's sorry about the barking, guys. The dog's going crazy. Here's the thing. What would be more imposing, though? I'm not saying myself, but a voice like mine coming on saying, "Hello, is this Brian? Brian, this is Officer Quintos. I need to speak to you."
Right.
That maybe would draw your attention, but a text-to-speech message which is what all of these are. You know, we're calling from security. Like, who's gonna if it doesn't matter how minor the detail, they're not going to use a text-to-speech program.
No, but
it's not even a good one. It's not even one that resembles a fucking human voice.
Right.
Now, the people they're aiming for is the vulnerable and the elderly. But saying that, you know, we all sort of like you all listen twice. You think, is it possible? And then if you do the, you know, the due diligence, you look at the number or the email or whatever, then you find out it's 99.999% is fake.
Well,
they're not going to phone you. They're not going to phone you. They're going to write to you. Everyone writes to you. The government aren't that ahead that they email you.
And if someone really wants to speak to you, they're not going to tell you to press 1.
Right.
The reason they're telling you to press 1 is because they're dialing 300 people at the same time.
Yeah.
And you know, and you're right. Old people, you know, I'm getting elderly myself as my years go on. Hopefully, I will never fall for that. But you wonder who actually falls for this shit, because, like, I know in my country, if I was guilty of tax evasion, they would simply garnish my wages.
Yeah.
They would take away my assets. I would be served by a sheriff to come to court.
I don't know how bad it is, but sometimes I do click on the link on my iPhone or something, because I think it's sort of protected a little bit more possibly, but I do click on the link just out of curiosity and just think, like, how good is this website that they've built? Or because generally it's a website to a bank or something like that. You think, oh yeah, it looks pretty good. But if you look at the address, it's not the right address.
Yeah, it's funny because collections companies here in the U.S. Now, I was in collections for a while, a long time, several years ago, for, you know, unpaid credit card stuff from when I was younger and stupid and, you know, spent all this money. So I let it play out in collections because of the collection laws here in the U.S. They can't really go after you. They'll just call you and harass you, but, you know, you keep ignoring them. So what they've done, and I found it hilarious because the first time I got it, I was like, uh-oh. And then I really looked at it. They send you a letter that looks like a court document.
Yeah.
It looks like, you know, whatever company versus Sir Big B in the matter of blah, blah, blah. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh shit, I'm really getting sued. Fuck. And I start reading it. Then at the very bottom, it says, this is an attempt to collect the debt. And then immediately, you know, it's not a real thing, because if it was a lawsuit, it wouldn't say this is an attempt to collect the debt. All it is a debt collector trying to do the same thing, trying to scare you into making things seem official. And the second thing is, it just came in the mail. Like, you know, like nobody came and served me paper.
Yeah, it wasn't registered. It wasn't.
Right. Yeah, it just came in the mail.
Yeah,
so, it's the same. It's the same thing.
And what they do, I've also got experience in collections. It's an easy field to get into when you want to enter into business. Is the file will sit there, and if I have not been able to collect on Big B's account, it's almost like all these collection agencies are friends, and so look, I'll give you Big B's, and you give me BKs.
Well, they buy debt off each other.
Yeah, I'm a fresh face, and now I'm going to go after DK, and now you're going to go after Big B as a different company,
right?
And you might rattle them. Maybe you'll have success.
And that's the thing. These collection companies, because I worked for a collection company as well. They buy these debts for pennies on the dollar. So if you owe like $5,000, say, and you've defaulted from the original companies, just say Chase for whatever, you know, you've defaulted Chase for $5,000. They now send it out to a collection company. They have their own internal collections. Their collections can't collect because I refuse to pay. Then they will sell that debt for pennies on the dollar to a third party collection agency. So if I owe $5,000, the collection agency will buy it for $1,000 and try to collect the full $5,000. So they make $4,000 out of it.
And at the same time, the company selling the debt is getting a tax write-off of bad debt.
Of bad debt, exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
So-
they all make money off of me not paying them.
Right. And then they, like it's 10 years old or something, they're coming after you. Listen, it's a big business. Like we have a collection agency that we use at my place of business, and we have something called pre-collect, and it's very effective. But I'm unable to get people to pay for, say, 90 days. I'll tell the girls, put that person in pre-collect. And then what happens is this company will send out a letter and say, on behalf of my company, they have put us in charge of collecting this debt. You have not responded to calls, yada, yada, yada. 9 times out of 10, I get my money, but they're still getting a
I get a little cut out of it.
Fee, a commission. So if I'm looking after a $500 debt and I'm sick of chasing the person, I want to scare them, I send it over to this place. They send a letter, I collect, I owe them 10%, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact numbers, but in my case, it works very effectively because, but on the other side of the coin, if you're not collecting the money that's owed to you, your numbers are false. You can say, I got X amount of sales or investments or whatever it is you do. But if you're not collecting on what you're throwing out there, your numbers are useless. You have to collect on everything you sell or invest or whatever you do get to people to do, right?
But that's the beauty of the bad debt line item on your general ledger, because the bad debt, you can write off a shit ton of stuff to bad debt, and it is what it is. It's almost a given now within your retail and sales and all that. You're going to have some form of bad debt. So you write off a shit ton of it. That comes off your taxes because it's uncollectible. It is what it is. Unless you have millions of dollars of bad debt, and you continually do it for years on end.
Yeah,
that'll raise a red flag. But you do it like once a while, nobody cares.
Yeah, but any time you extend credit, it's like lending $10 to a buddy.
Mm-hmm.
You lend $10 to a buddy here, a buddy there, a buddy here. 2 of them will pay you. The next guy you'll see 20 years later. Hey, you still owe me $10. Oh, don't have any cash.
It's funny how people forget, right? Bad, I had a fella at work and he went, "Oh shit! I've left my wallet at home and I need to get my lunch." And he said, "Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do." And I said, "Well, the nearest hole in the wall, to collect your money is like a mile up the road, But I said, I've got £5 in my wallet. I don't really carry a lot of cash. You're welcome to have that, and just give me it back when you got it or whatever." Yeah, and it brought his lunch. That guy totally forgot.
Oh yeah,
Totally.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I'm not going to tell. I'm not going to tell it for £5. It's like nothing, But if that was me, it would just be burning in my mind and I would keep that £5 in my pocket or whatever. And next time I see him, I'd just go, boom, I need to give you that money. But why don't people do that?
Because some people have a conscience and some don't. They're professionals at what they do.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to light a cigarette here in a minute. This is on a much smaller scale, but there's always the buddy. There's always the one guy in the crowd, be it at work, be it a friend, be it anywhere. Shit. Can I borrow a smoke?
Yeah.
I'll hit you back. You're not borrowing it. I'll never see it again.
Right.
You son of a bitch. You walk around the room and you get 20, you probably have more than me.
And those are the people that like Stu. I'm the same way with Stu, and I'm sure DK you're the same way. If you owe somebody money, as soon as you get it, you're paying it back.
Yeah,
I don't want to be in debt to anybody. That I know personally, credit
card.
But
I think DK is he's done like a little message to me there, because when I was in Canada,
Oh yeah, he's
Like,
so into me.
when I was in Canada, right, which was
Fuck, did he smoke
maybe
like
3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, I'd given up smoking, right?
Mhm.
And as soon as I'd see DK, he's got 4 cigarettes on in the go, and I caved in, like, excuse the pun there, but I caved in.
That's a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah, so I did buy a couple of packets of cigarettes and just gave them to DK, but I think I smoked more than I brought.
He, for a non-smoker, he tells me I smoke.
But I smoked for the whole week. I must admit, I do owe DK some cigarettes.
Here's how it went, BB. Don't let him fucking. This is the kind of guy that evades the tax collector. Can I get one of those off you, DK? Cheers. Everything's cheers. No, I didn't mind. I mean, being a hospital person, but I kept saying to him, I go, I hope I'm not.
Hospitality started wearing thin.
But
I must have said to him 15 times in the 4 days or whatever it was, 3 days. I hope I'm not starting you smoking again. Like, I make my own bed. But
he was the complete opposite when he was in New York. Obviously, I don't smoke, so take that out of the picture. But like, when it came to buying food or drinks or whatever, I was hosting, so I'll pay for it. I don't care. But he was always right there. No, I got it.
No, he always had his money. He always had.
It was never like, yeah, can you get this? Can you pick that? Never once. He was always
really.
money.
I just started sweating then, and I was thinking, oh man, maybe I owe Brian some big money there.
No, absolutely not.
You were very generous. You're always like, I got to spend this money. I gotta spend this money.
That's exactly what he said with the US dollars that he had. He's like, I gotta spend this money. I can't do anything with it back home. I gotta spend this money.
Yeah.
But I'm glad. Look, but I did smoke too many of DK cigarettes.
His wife would not like me because we had lots of people.
And guys, and I've just been to somewhere today, right? I've been to Windsor Castle.
Yes.
And the town of Windsor.
Mm-hmm.
We dropped my daughter and her boyfriend off to like a theme park, like a Disneyland place or whatever it is, like a theme park.
Did they have to wear masks, by the way?
Yeah, well, they were meant to, but social distancing went totally out of the window. She said there was like circles on the ground that you're meant to stand in. It meant nothing. They had some 16-year-old, like every 3 rides he was like wiping down the ride, like the handles, but like
why are you
can you imagine a 16 17
why are you looking like Michael J. Fox right now? You're doing the weirdest body movements. You're obviously throwing up in your mouth.
A little twitchy.
I mean, your story is excellent, but you're like,
I'm just like that, That's why you love me, because I
do love you, but I'm like so engaged in this story, and I'm watching him. I'm going, I think he's choking.
I'm not choking. I've had a few beers. But anyway, look, the best part of the story I haven't even started to tell you the best part of this story. So the social distancing, the company line is, yes, we have put these circles on the floor, so it's social distancing. It didn't work. And the guy that's meant to be like hygienically sanitizing all of the hand, the grab bars on the roller coasters and all that, every 2-3 rides. And this guy's a 17-year-old. He's not doing anything during the summer. Fuck it. He's got this job there, and he's just getting this like dry cloth and just sort of like, yeah, whatever. And he's just, he might as well not even bother. So my daughter and her boyfriend are in the line to go on one of these rides, and it's like up to an hour wait, even though the weather is like it's really changed in the last few days. It's been baking hot here, still quite warm, still quite humid, but lots of thunderstorms and stuff. So some guy couple of people behind has started barging in, and this guy's in his late 30s, early 40s, and he's barging through people, and he's trying to get people into the line. So my daughter's boyfriend has stood up to this guy, and my daughter's boyfriend, I'm not even sure how old he is. He's about 16, 17. So he's not like a mature guy or anything, but he's got to come into a run-in with this guy, and someone else in the line here's barged has called the police on their phone.
Carson is on the way.
So no, and then so the police have obviously called security and they've called them in and sort of broke up this fight and stuff like that. So I can't even remember where I started with this, but the social distancing is like totally out the window. But the good news is my daughter was taken out of the line. My daughter was crying and she was very upset. But they were taken out of the line with the other people that was involved, and they were questioned, and then they was fast tracked to the front of the line. So, every cloud's got its silver lining.
So they went. Basically, the moral of the story is they went on the dirty roller coaster.
Well, now I have a question, because I saw you sent over pictures for Windsor Castle, which was an old.
That was it. That was where I started the story, because I said to my wife, and I said, if Brian and his family, DK and his family come, this is one place we have to take them. We have to take them here.
Oh, it looked great in the pictures. I'd love to see it in person. But where is it? Like that's a castle over in England. Where's the roller coaster?
Well, we dropped the kid off.
Yeah, we dropped them off, and it was like a 20-minute drive.
I missed that part. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, no, it's about a 20-minute drive from Windsor.
Gotcha. Okay.
And Windsor, I tell you, both you guys and your wives especially, but I would love this place.
If I go to England, I give a shit what my wife wants to see. I'll sleep on the couch for 2 months. I really don't give a shit. I want to see Urine Stench Alley in Sherwood Forest.
When you guys come, I'll tell you what.
The allotment.
There's no expense spared. I will even change the sheets in the cabin.
Listen, and I'll stay in the cabin. That would be the most beautiful air.
I'll tell you, you'll be fighting for the cabin. I think your son will be.
Wait, now I have another.
Wait a minute, you're bringing too many guests along. I might just do this on a solo trip. Big B and I might say, midlife crisis, time to get to England. And listen, I'd love to see Windsor Castle. I'd love to see Stonehenge. I'd love to see the palace. I don't know about Big B. I got 3 things on my list. I want to see the bridge that you were under the first time you called us. I want to see the forest where you lost your underwear. Actually, I got 4 things. I want to see the allotment, and I want to see Urine Stench Alley.
Absolutely, I'm all for those 4.
Yeah,
but I have another question now for pertaining to this. So if we were to go over there, apparently I found out in a conversation with Stu earlier this week or last week, whatever it was, there's no air conditioning to be had in.
Oh,
England.
that is the weird. They're in a heat wave.
Right.
My son's fan broke last night, so I sent my wife today to buy a new fan because we're in a 3-plex. Stu knows the way I think your house is similar to mine.
We've got fans. Don't get me wrong. We've got fans.
But that was my question. That was my question, Stu. Is if there's a heat wave going on, what do you do? Just lie in bed and sweat? You have to have air. He said there's one person with air conditioning on his block.
But since I've known Stu, which is now 6 years, every year except save one, they have had major heat waves. Like, how do you?
Yeah, but a heat wave lasts for a heat wave could be like in June, or it could be in July, it could be in August. I mean, we've even known sort of mini heat waves in September and even going on to October. So we're not like. The last few days have been really uncomfortable. Like my wife has sat, right? So I slept by the back door. So DK, you imagine you're sliding. You've got by your kitchen door or something, and the same with you, Brian. So my wife has slept there with the door open. We've got like a patio door, so it's like a double door, and it slides open. My wife slept there on my cushion of my cabin here. I've got the seat that I'm sitting on is like a cushion. I've made this bench, so my wife has slept on that by the back door.
So, but here's the thing, and I'm sure
I've been in the comfort of the cabin.
Big B is closer to the ocean than I am, so might get a little relief. And I know people find it weird where I live. I'm in Canada. I can have extremely harsh winters, and so we also have heat. By the way, Choo Choo Stu. But it gets very, very humid where I live because I'm on the Great Lakes. Great Lakes, so the water gets in. It's humid. It's not just hot. Like it was hot where I went on vacation.
Yeah,
but there was breezes and the air was, I don't want to say clean, but it gets humid where I live. It doesn't matter.
Mate, listen, it was 100 degrees in my cabin the last few days.
Where I live, when it's humid, there's nothing coming in the window. It's like lying in a bed of heat.
Well, Stu, just imagine remember when you were here in New York, that entire week, it was like 1,000% humidity. It was hot and humid and nasty and sticky.
Yeah, that's how it gets here too.
It was nasty when he was here as far as the humidity goes. Do you have humidity over there? Is it nasty and hot and sticky over there too?
Yeah, I've got this handheld thermometer that does humidity and stuff like that, and I brought it when I'm on my train, because if my cab's too hot, I'm out of this shit. So I phone them up and I go, look, I've got my own handheld, mate. Right.
So
I don't want a bloke coming to tell me that it's hot in here.
Right.
I already know.
I have a question.
But it's not like that. On your day-to-day basis, it might be warm in the summer, but it's not like that. And if it is like that, it's tough. It's not going to be for long, a few days. And if you're staying in a hotel in Windsor, for instance, it's going to be air conditioned.
But what killed me too is when we were on the train and you were saying, oh, it's so much better on our trains than yours because ours had air conditioning.
Like, how do you're a modern, like, as much as we make fun of you being the old country and the country of tradition,
our trains like furnaces.
How do these houses, because people can obviously afford it. If you can build an addition on your house, you could afford if you Googled right now to your local hardware store or whoever sells it, is central air conditioning an option in England?
I mean, you could get it if you wanted it, but most people don't need it. You don't need it. Wow. We've got central heating that we turn on my birthday. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's the family trait that goes through. My brother does that. He turns his air conditioning on my official birthday. And any time before that, it's a bit extravagant. And then you turn it off when the sun comes out in sort of March or wherever it is,
I can't imagine.
But we don't have like fans.
I work in an air conditioned place. Well, I work kind of outside and inside, so I'm both. And today I was outside for the majority of the day, and I was soaked. It was so humid. But you're in an office; it's air conditioned. You're in your home; it's air conditioned. And yes, upstairs, even with the air conditioning, when it's like 100 degrees outside, we still need fans going to kind of circulate the air, like ceiling fans and all that shit. But
we've got fans; we plug them in. Yeah.
Well, we have fans too, but like
I've got air conditioning in the cabin. I've just installed a wall fan.
No, but and I'm not a young guy. I've had air conditioning since I was a kid. Like
we don't do that here. We don't really need it. We don't need it.
But you do for at least the past 3 summers. I remember you talking. Oh my God!
Yeah, but it's only like for a couple of weeks.
Well, who gives a fuck? You need the air conditioner.
But we're not going to build some kind of system for 2 weeks
It's
out
not
of
a
52
fucking-
weeks a year.
It's not like building an electrical plant. It's you can even get the ones that fit in the window and
Right. Or like
yeah, that's weird.
The one
That's
back
weird.
there is
not weird.
The one back there.
Everyone's got this box coming out their fucking window.
But look at what's back there. If you look over my right shoulder, you see that tube going out the window. So that's an air conditioner that sits on the ground and just.
Do you have to put a bucket of water in? We had an air conditioning unit.
No.
And I brought it for my grandmother, right? Well, I didn't buy it, but we got it for my grandmother, okay? And it's like this, you know, like a tumble dryer tube that comes out the back and you put it out the window.
Sure, yeah.
So it had that, but in this air conditioning unit, you had to throw in a bucket of water, yeah?
So it's almost like I think it was a dehumidifier. It wasn't even an air conditioner, baby.
So like, this water, where was this fucking water? Every couple of hours, like,
it was a humidifier.
What's that?
Yeah, there's no water with the air conditioner.
No, I know.
It just exhausts it has the exhaust going out, which is hot air.
Yeah,
and it's circulating the cold air.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we don't do that here. We're just like
At all. Not even the rich people.
Well, the rich people have like air conditioning,
like Windsor Castle. It's not central air. It's just fucking. you rely on the coldness of the stone inside the castle.
Yeah, but that's it. It's probably
a little hot in here today, William. Let's go down to the dungeon.
My little secret is no one believes me, right? Shut the fucking windows, draw the curtains, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Draw the curtains, pull the blinds, whatever, and don't open them again until the sun has moved away from there. But no one believes me in this family, right? I tried it a few times and it worked. But no, the wife comes, opens the door, opens the curtains, let the sun belt in. God, it's hot in here, isn't it? Well, yeah, it is because you don't use my system.
You do well in Alaska, Stu. The 24 hours a
You have
night.
to follow. Look,
Why don't you
in
just
Spain, why have they got shutters on the windows in Spain? Because during the midday they shut them down and they open them again in the evening because it stops heat coming.
So there is no one in the old world that uses air conditioning.
He said there's one person on his block that has air conditioning. One.
And you know what? He'd be my best fucking friend. I'd be making lasagna and fucking smoke.
But getting back to Windsor, when both you guys come over, that is going to be our
air conditioning right now.
There's air conditioning, but I will be taking you to Windsor as well as you in Stench Alley.
I would love to see Windsor. Only just in an air. Does your car have air conditioning?
My car's got lovely air conditioning. But by the way, back to my car. It's not brand new. It's an old car. It's a second-hand car.
Well, that's fine as long as it has air conditioning.
It's not. I'm not rich. I can buy a brand new car like DK.
But yours is a Mercedes and mine is a Jeep. There's a little bit of a difference. So probably the used Mercedes costs twice as much as my Jeep.
He's got a point. But my Jeep is 10 years old. So I would still like some of the royalties, the CCR royalties that you guys are raking in.
I'm gonna start a GoFundMe for Choo Choo Stu to get an air conditioner.
But we had the loft done. We had the loft done recently, and my daughter was saying, "Oh God, that fan you brought me isn't good enough. I need like a different." So I did buy my daughter another fan because obviously she's right up there in the roof.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like she has got wind. I said, "Blow open both the windows, get the draft through." Like
Okay, so Stu, I'm not Isaac Newton by any means. But when you open the windows and you turn on a fan, you're blowing hot fucking air. Like
I was gonna say the exact same thing because I grew up without air conditioning. When I was a kid, we couldn't. The wiring was so bad where I lived. If you put an air conditioner in, it just blew the circuit. So we couldn't have air conditioning, so we had fans. And you'd open the window and put the fan in the window. I was fucking sweating my ass off
Yeah.
my entire childhood.
Because all you're doing is.
But that makes you a better person.
What do you think an air fryer is?
It makes you a better person.
It made me a better person. It gave me character.
It did. It gave character, and you appreciate what is hot and what isn't. You know.
No, you know what? I am too old to build
character building
at this point. At this point, building character.
And that is why Big B is such a
don't know
nice
if you ever heard
character,
the adage,
because
too.
he knows because he knows what is hot.
Yeah, but listen to me. You're not a pharaoh. You can't take things with you. You're not a Viking. You're not going to Valhalla. You can't take anything with you.
Where
Why?
I grew up, when I grew up in the winter, I would rush downstairs, turn the gas fire on in the front room, okay, and I would lay on the floor and put my feet up against the 3-bar gas fire because it was so cold in the house. Yeah,
but when it's cold, you can put blankets on.
And that was only heating in the house. Did I ever complain? No, it's character building.
Listen, I've been cold. I've been cold too. I'm the type
it's
of guy
cold.
that-
Put a fucking. My daughter walks in. I've got the heating on. Yeah, my eldest daughter. She walks in. She goes, "It's freezing in here. It's freezing." I said, "Well, for a start, have you got any socks on?" No. Like you're wearing hot pants. You know, you're wearing a t-shirt.
A hot pant.
Do you know
what hot pants are?
I have no idea what a hot pant.
But do you know,
Is that like a yoga?
Those
Yeah.
like short shorts. type
short
thing.
shorts
Daisy Duke.
with her ass hanging out
Yeah.
and bare feet.
Yeah.
And she's telling me it's cold. I said, when you've got a jumper on, when you've got a woolly whatever, when you've got a fleece on or something like that, come and tell me it's cold. You know?
It's character building, right, Stu?
Well, it is. Because like when you've got your feet up at a gas fire at 8 o'clock in the morning before school, come and tell me you're cold, like, you know?
I hear you. Now, see, when I'm one that likes to sleep in the cold. I love summer. I love heat. I love the daylight. I love everything about it. But at night, I like to be cool. And that's one thing I like about winter, because even during the winter, my wife will have a onesie on and 2 extra comforters, and I'll open the window a little bit just to get some cold air in. And that's when I have my best sleeps.
That's when in the winter you want to turn the heating up, so they take the onesie off.
No, you want it hot, like in a main room. When you're sleeping, you want it fucking cold, Stu, not 110 degrees.
No, Stu is thinking of other things. He wants the heat really high so the onesie comes off.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Yes. But I agree with you. Like now, when I'm in my living room, I have the ceiling fan on and the air conditioner on, because I found where I sit, if I have the ceiling fan on and the air that comes out of the air conditioner gets blown down by the ceiling fan and blows right on me.
Right. And the ceiling fan, same as me, is conveniently right by my lazy boy.
Yeah, well, it's like in the middle of the room, but where I sit, kind of the angle, I get hit with the air from the fan at just the right angle. So the air conditioner air, the cold air gets blown, and then that air gets blown right on me. And I'm in heaven, and my wife wears, like, it's fucking 98 degrees outside. She's wearing a blanket and a sweatshirt because she's cold inside.
Yeah. No, same at my house. They're cold-blooded or something. The penis must allot for a lot of heat retention. I have no idea exactly what it is, but yeah, like Stu, you're missing some really good things in life. Like in the winter, you don't. So in the winter, you turn the heat all the way up to sleep.
Now, in the winter, I turn the heating on when I have to turn the heating on. So during the day, I don't turn it on. When the kids
don't
come
think
home
you
from
get
school,
winter like
I
us.
turn it on.
I don't think it gets cold there, though, does it?
It does. Gets freezing cold. And I just need to pop to the bar.
All right. And if you need to vomit on your way, because he's fucking gagging on his tongue or something there.
He's had a few.
I like it cold, though. I like when I sleep. I don't like to be cold. I'm not a fan of winter. Don't get me wrong. I like the heat to an extent, not where I'm going into heat stroke, but I like a nice sunny day and I like a nice breeze, no humidity. But at night, I'd rather be cold at night to sleep. I sleep better when it's cold.
And during the winter, the heat, it's really drafty in my living room, which is where the thermostat is. So that temperature will drop quickly in the winter. So that'll kick the heat on because I have it set to, like, at night, I have it set to 70. So if it goes below 70, the heat will kick on. So it frequently drops below 70. But then it gets so hot in the bedroom that I open a window. My wife loves it because she's all nice and cozy, warm. And I'm like you, I open a window and I sleep right by the window. So I let that cold air come in on me. So it's like 1,000 degrees in the room, but I got the cold air rushing in on me and I'm fine.
Yeah. I even, there's times I feel like snowflakes coming in. It's just so refreshing.
Right. Yeah.
When I'm in bed, not when I like walk out the door. When I walk out the door, I'm like, fuck, I hate this weather. But
100%. I am the exact same way. Like you, I love the summer. I love being outside in the heat. I love the daylight, like you said. I love everything about summer, but I want a cool night to sleep in. I want to cool outside.
See, my wife changes the duvet. You have duvets, yeah?
Yeah.
So my wife changes the duvet to a summer duvet, right? And to me, it's like having like a tissue on top of you. It's like it's not enough. I like to be hot in bed.
Really?
I like to be warm. It could be baking outside, and I wrap myself up in the duvet.
Ooh.
I do wake up in the cabin because I've slept in the cabin.
I'd wake up wetter than a pussy that's getting fucked by Ron Jeremy. I not a chance I'd be able to do that.
Yeah.
Well, I've woken up a few times and like heart palpitations. I'm fucking like dripping with sweat. But even so, I regret it then when I wake up. But when I go to bed, I like to be wrapped up, and I curl myself up. I call myself like a sausage roll. I curl. I'm like,
that's great in the winter, and that's the purpose.
Yeah, I like doing it in the summer. That's why I have retired to the cabin because I'm on holiday last week, and I think 6 out of 7 nights I've slept in the cabin, and the wife slept by the back door. You know,
and all of this you wouldn't have to sleep in the cabin or by the back door if you had an air conditioner.
Exactly. It's so simple.
It's the simplest thing on the planet.
But what is the price? What's the price? How much does that cost?
It's not
for a week of heat.
The initial investment is maybe it's a fair bit, but you can also rent them where I am. Like you can lease them, or so you can either buy them. They're probably a couple grand to buy.
I will look into it this week. I will get a quote. For air conditioning. I promise you that.
See, but you don't even have to like DK is taking a couple of grand. That's like for central air. If you go buy one of those window air conditioners, that's like $200.
Yeah, it's nothing. And
I've never seen window air conditioners in this country.
Really?
I was watching a TV program the other day. It was like some kind of police program. And it was in the Bronx. No, it was in Queens, actually. And I was looking down the street and I said, that could be Bryan Street. Right? It looks I know they all look the same. But it was like your street. And you could see all these boxes on the windows. We don't have that.
So
have you got double glazing?
Well, yeah.
So it goes through the double glazing, basically.
Well, no, because you got the windows open.
You put the thing.
Yeah, you open the window and then close the window.
Yeah, like an accordion thing that fits your window, and you might have to put a board, or you might have to, whatever. But it's worth the effort. I've had those too when I was younger. We used to have window air conditioners. We had a big one in the living room. We had a small one in the bedroom. And you get fans like you have that circulates us around. But
yeah, some people here have got like a little round hole in the window with a lot of fan. But
so if you go to whatever your version of Walmart is, they don't sell window air conditioners. Or if you go to an electronics store, whatever your version of like PC Richards is, whatever, they don't sell window air conditioners at all.
No, never ever seen. I'm not saying they don't sell it. Never ever seen it.
And I live in Canada, and they have them. And they've had them. They've had them for 40 years.
It's cold 11 and a half months out of the year in Canada, and they still sell air conditioners.
Nah.
You know what else you could do, Stu, is you could get yourself like an ice cooler. If you YouTube it, you'll find it. I've seen these things online. You put the ice in the ice cooler and you kind of like drill a hole or something, put a fan on top and some kind of and you can make like your own air conditioner with the ice, and you just gotta.
Where'd you get the ice from? You got to then buy another freezer to get the ice.
You can't buy bags of ice in England.
Well, you can, I suppose.
You don't drive by the petrol station and there's a big thing out there, and when you're going to have a picnic or you're going camping or something, you can't buy a bag of ice.
Well, you can from like, I suppose, a couple of shops, yeah.
Big B, you have bags of ice outside
We have bags of ice, don't get me wrong, but mostly you just make your own ice.
We have you can buy bags of ice just about everywhere here in Queens.
No.
Like
outside of every store,
the supermarket.
Yeah,
you can buy them. You can buy them, yeah, of course, in the supermarkets and stuff, but not many people buy them.
Well, no, I also have ice in my freezer. If the wife wants a drink or something, she puts.
I've got like a plastic bag.
Yeah, a plastic bag.
A plastic bag that's like segmented, yeah. So you drip the tap into the top.
Can you please send me a picture of? So you don't.
I've got them in the kitchen. It took me ages to find them, and I went, oh, there's those ice bags. So
can you show us one?
Well, I could go and get one.
Tray. There's these trays that you put on top of each other in the freezer.
No, it's not that. It's a plastic bag, and it's got like a little hole in the top. So you put it under the tap or the faucet, as you call it, and you drip the thing in, and it sort of like works its way through every little square. Yeah. And
how do you get the ice out of the plastic?
Well, you
bag?
have to sort of tear it.
So it's a one-use.
Yeah, you tear it. Yeah.
So, Big B, you must be like me because I know we're very similar. There's these trays you get, you put it in the freezer.
No, I've got those as well. Yeah.
When I was a kid, we had metal trays with the little handle.
Yes.
So you pull the handle up, it would crack all the ice.
Yes, I remember those as well. Yes.
And now we have the plastic ones. And in my fridge also has an ice maker in the fridge.
Right.
So I have ice there, so like for a drink, you can just get the ice out of the fridge.
I must admit, some of our new fridge freezers, like American style, you have to plumb them in. Yeah, so meaning you have to put the water connection and stuff like that. So we do have those here. Yeah.
I don't think you need a plumber. It's a little fucking hose.
Well, no, you need to plumb it in because you've got to get the water into it because probably 90% of homes don't have those.
Right. So what you have to do is from the sink, from the pipe, from the sink, they get a split off like So it goes to the tap and then to the fridge, and you put that there, and then you run the line to wherever your fridge input is.
Yeah.
I refuse to do that. I still don't understand the value of the single.
I wouldn't do that myself.
I don't understand the value of the single-use ice cube bag. Am I missing something?
How much are the bags?
Yeah, like, well, what is the point of that? Why not just use the plastic ones or the metal ones? Like, why would you want to? So you're going to the store. Is this like a Ziploc bag? Like you get 15 in a pack? Or
It's not a Ziploc. It's like you imagine like a plastic bag, and it's got this like little funnel in the top, right?
Can you
and
send me some of these, please, in my next care package?
I mean, I must admit, I filled one up the other day, and my daughter said, "What are you doing?" Because water was going everywhere. She said, "No, you just got to dribble it in, and you just hold it under the tap, and you can see the water slowly filling up each little square."
So number one, it takes you 15. It's like filling fucking water balloons. It's like what this.
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
So wait, so again, how much do these bags cost?
Like a couple of pounds.
So
like
a couple of pounds per bag.
Like nothing. 20 pence, 30 pence.
So how many bags of
stand there and turn the water on too high because I gotta get the absolute perfect stream into the bag.
Exactly.
I don't follow this. This is
and then you can lay them flat in the.
This is like buying chips and adding your own salt. I don't fucking follow this shit. Like,
by the way, DK, the way you feel about his bagged ice is the way I felt about your bagged milk.
Yeah, but the bagged milk makes sense.
It does not.
I can go and get a bag of ice now.
Can
if you want.
Can you go get a bag of ice? I want to see this.
Because you got to understand. Let's go to the bag of milk while he's talking about it.
Yeah.
It's not as complicated as Stu. I'm not standing at the tap with the perfect flow going in with water spilling everywhere to make 10 ice cubes.
But you have to take the bag of milk, you have to put it in a pouring container, you have to break the seal and make sure milk doesn't go everywhere when you break
doesn't go everywhere. You have this container.
Yeah.
And you put the bag in, you smack it on the counter so the bag goes down, and you cut it. And you got milk. You just go like that. That's it. It's like pouring juice, like you're making Kool-Aid or something.
But you could just go buy a container of milk.
It takes so much room in the fucking fridge. Bag milk is not new. You need it in the USA.
No.
It's as real as apple pie.
You don't. Bagged milk is stupid. You just go buy a regular carton of milk or a container of milk and then put it in your fridge. Why do you need bags of milk?
I don't need to reach into my fridge every morning and see some missing kid on the cover. I just pull a bag out, smack it in, bang. It's not as it's nothing like this fucking one-use ice bag.
But how many bags of milk do you go through in a day? Because
it's like it's a quart. It's like so you might go through a bag of milk depending on how much your kid drinks. One a day, maybe might last you 2-3 days. Depends how much people are drinking milk. It's not a fucking bag that's like a fucking tea bag.
Right. But no, my point is, so if you don't use it in that one day, you still have to put it in your fridge. And you have to take
Where do you keep your milk?
Right, but you have to take it in and out like a regular container of milk. So instead of getting a bag and smacking it on the counter and cutting this and doing that, you just go buy a container of milk, twist the cap off, pour your milk, put the cap on, put it back in the fridge.
We have that too, but the majority of people. Okay, hang on.
What is this now?
We got to get this on full screen.
Wait, yeah. 10 ice cubes.
More to the center, Stu.
There you go, right there.
Can you turn it sideways? Like where's the opening? I'm not following this.
Right.
So
what you get?
Oh, so that's the package that the ice cube bags come in. So you get 10 bags.
So you get a bag like that.
So these aren't the actual ice cubes.
No, this is the ice cube. I've got the ice cubes here. Right. So you at the top, you've got like a, what is that? Like 10 by 6, 10 inch by 6 inch bag.
Right.
And you've got like a little hole.
Like a little nozzle. Okay.
Like a sort of nozzle.
Water balloon.
At the end. Yeah, like a water balloon. And you fill it up. And you end up with like 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 fours, 24 ice cubes.
So I want 3 ice cubes in my martini.
So I'm going to
put
some ice.
Them? How do you remove the ice?
So
Well, I don't want you to like throw ice everywhere in the cabin, but
No, I'll put it in my glass. So you have to literally break it.
this is fun. This is the ShamWow guy can make this look good, but
oh, that won't up it. Oh, where'd that go?
okay. So you can talk all you want about fucking milk, but this is fucking ridiculous.
So that's what we do.
And then you put the bag back.
Yeah, put it back in the freezer. It's convenient. It's easy.
I don't find that convenient at all. But anyway,
cheers. I've got ice.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Perfectly made ice.
Why would you do anything else?
Because you just put it in the tray and you crack it like this, and you get a couple ice cubes, and
yeah, but you end up we've got these little trays, and you bang them, and the ice doesn't come out. This is the future. Here,
can you send me some of those too? If you send DK a care package, can I get some of those too?
Well, yes. I need to send some tea apparently to DK because his wife has
not
run
to
out.
me, to my wife, but if you could please include some of those. I wish I could send things back, but there's nothing as interesting you can. If I sent you bag milk, it would be putrid. I'm
just going to throw these out the cabin door. So it doesn't melt.
He's going to throw the rest of the ice out the cabin door.
On the dirty lilies or whatever.
Yeah, I don't want them melting in here.
I mean, you could just put them back in the freezer.
I could have thrown them in the piss bucket, but
yeah. And then, because I don't know if you've ever been in a bar, Big B. You know, sometimes I've always loved when I go into a bar urinal and there's ice in there.
Yes.
And I don't know what the purpose of it is. I really don't. But
I like melting the ice cubes.
There's nothing more satisfying than melting the ice cubes when you're drunk in a bar urinal.
100%. I agree.
Yeah, I could pee forever.
Yes.
It's like being a urinating dragon.
Am I still with you?
Yes,
you're with us.
Take me off full screen.
We're having fun with you on full screen. No, listen though, Stu. Do you?
I'm doing like my own human wave.
Yeah. All right. That's all. Listen. Do you in England? Because Big B and I were talking about something when you were throwing that out. There's urinals, yes, like where only men pee.
Yeah.
In bars and restaurants. Have you ever been in one? I don't know why they do it. And they throw buckets of ice inside.
Yeah, they're it's not real ice.
Well, it looks like real ice to me.
It is real ice where we are.
Yeah.
No, they're disinfectant cubes, aren't they?
No, they have the disinfectant underneath, but they throw, I don't know why. We need to get an expert because they throw ice inside of the urinal. And there's a bucket of this shit. And the best is when you walk in and the thing is full. You know, if you're the guy walking in and there's two chips left, that's a challenge.
That's a challenge.
A little bit of playing tic-tac-toe, right?
Yeah. No, I know what you mean, but I don't think they're real ice.
No, here I will say here in New York they're real ice.
Real ice, yeah.
We have the urinal cakes, we call them.
Yeah,
it's the same thing. It's the disinfectant discs.
Yeah,
but on top is real ice. I've seen the barbacks go into the bathroom with the buckets of ice and put them in the urinals.
Does anyone know what the purpose of that is?
I have no idea.
Regardless, it's the funnest pee I ever have.
Yes.
It's very disappointing when you get there and there's only like 4 or 5 cubes left, because then you're dodging all over the place.
Right.
You know,
but I agree. When it's a full urinal of ice, it's the best.
Yeah. I can't. You've never seen that, Stu.
Well, I've seen sort of They look like ice cubes, but they're
Well,
not
it's
ice cubes.
ice. It really is ice. I'm telling you, because when you pee on it at 98.7 or whatever our pee is at, there's nothing more. It's like you're
I just
destroying.
Googled it, okay? And
It's like you're destroying the kingdom of Lego.
it's like when you pee on your body temperature urine onto the ice, it melts it and it flushes. It's maybe your urinals don't flush. Ours flush.
Sure.
Yeah, ours flush too.
Yeah, ours, we have running water. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just thinking maybe yours don't flush, so you need to put ice to sort of self-flush.
You guys keep talking. I'm going to Google this.
Well, I think once DK, once you get back and find out the answer. Speaking of flushing, I think we need an update on your toilet because
toilet is running fine.
Well, the last time we talked about flushing and toilets, apparently Stu said your toilet fills all the way up to the top,
and it
flushes down.
He was repairing it the other day as well.
This is the no, that's because the fucking chain broke. Anyway, question, and I'll give you two answers because I'm not the only one. This came up right away in Google. Why bars put ice in the urinals?
Mm-hmm.
Because ice is cheap and readily available. When patrons urinate on the cold ice, the ice melts and flushes away the urine.
Yeah.
Some bar owners say it works even better than urinal cakes because it actually flushes the urine instead of trying to deodorize it.
Mm-hmm.
That's one answer. Let's see what this guy says. Yeah, let me scroll down here. To bartenders' surprise, the ice eliminated urinal odors. Sorry. As one expert explained, the ice froze the odor, causing molecules in urine, preventing them from being released. Eventually, the odor-filled molecules melt with the ice and drip down the urinal and into the sewer. This is fucking genius.
So there's a lot of science.
Where did Stu go?
He just dropped off the face of the earth. I don't know.
He's got ice in his toilet.
you have a pal in chat, Andrew Clark.
Andrew, what up, brother?
But yes, apparently there's science behind this. Who would have known that in those shitty dive bars, they're actually conducting science experiments?
See, I thought it was like for the guys that couldn't afford to play pinball. Like if you don't have a quarter to play pinball or $1 to play the 8-ball pool, you could go in the bathroom and have free entertainment and you would pee on the ice. And, you come out to your buddies and went, I melted 4. I'm heading in there right now. Who would have thought it was the science of the ice in the urinal was to freeze the urine molecules to destroy the odor better than those pucks that you were talking about. Right. And then before the odor could be released, by the time the ice melted, it ran down the drain. I've learned so many things in 6 years, and most of them I don't want to know. But the next time I'm sitting around a campfire, you can bet this topic is going to be brought up.
Well, see, now that you bring up the pinball scenario, this can become a great drinking game.
Yes.
How many ice cubes did you melt?
You didn't play that before?
No. I just like you just enjoyed melting ice cubes. I didn't.
So you were just on some like astral projection. You're like,
right? Yes.
This is better than Niagara Falls, man.
I was enthralled by the melting ice cubes. I didn't count how many
you had 42 glasses of draft, and you're just kind of wobbling back and forth, and the stream is just hitting different ice cream. Right. And then it's really cool. It's like, whoa! I took the side off that one.
And if you've got a really strong stream, you can move the ice cubes a little bit.
And if they had like air pockets inside, it was really cool because then they'd like eventually collapse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stu says he will be back, by the way.
He'll be back when?
He'll be back. His laptop was not charging.
There's only like he didn't plug this laptop in for this show.
He said, and I quote, I'll be back. Laptop wasn't charging as I thought it was.
Okay, great. Yeah, you always look for that. All right, while we're waiting for him, as we're talking about the urinals, which, excuse me, has been one of the best conversations I've had in weeks. For all you people that are voting Democratic, here is our Sleepy Joe quote of the week.
Oh, God.
We should challenge students in these schools to have advanced placement programs in these schools. We have this notion that somehow if you're poor, you cannot do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
There you go, Sleepy Joe.
Yep.
White kids are all rich. This is your potential next president in the United States, baby.
And that's
Sleepy Joe and the fucking hoe.
That's the most coherent thing he said in a long time.
I'm wondering if he woke up one day and like he's like, hey, what do you think, Joe? Hey, Sleepy Joe, what do you think? This is who you chose as your vice president.
Oh, let's not make any mistakes. He didn't choose. I
don't think he knew. He's like, who?
He did not choose her at all. She was chosen for him.
Did you see the one where he's challenging? I'll do push-ups and fucking planks. I'll show you how it's done.
He's an idiot.
Fucking Sleepy Joe.
That's why, I mean, they've handed the election to Trump, which is fine with me.
And I'm not a huge fan of Sanders, and I love Trump. I think he's amazing, even with his tariffs against Canada and all the stuff he does. But Bernie could have at least stood up fighting. At least Bernie would have went 2 rounds. Like Sleepy Joe in a debate with Trump. When are these debates happening?
The Democratic Party is desperately trying to stop them from happening because they know Joe doesn't stand a chance in a debate. Especially with Trump, who made Hillary look utterly ridiculous in every debate. So they are desperately trying to stop Joe from debating Trump.
Anyway, I want to retract for a minute. Choo Choo Stu, welcome back. Great to have you with that beautiful studio. You still drop out like you did 4 years ago. So obviously, I know why you don't have air conditioning is because electricity is run by like fucking water wheels or something. Did you hear my scientific reason for the ice in the urinals? Oh, now he's got no microphone. You always have to disconnect your microphone.
It sounds like a wire is not fully connected in the microphone.
It happens as soon as he goes off, he plays with his mic.
Okay.
No,
you're on your laptop microphone again. He's got a $1,500 microphone in a $5 wire.
In the greatest studio ever.
In the greatest looking studio ever. Yeah. You know what, Stu, when you're in radio, first things audio, then go for the look.
I didn't hear one word you said.
I feel like I'm on This Week with Helen Keller.
By the way, I'm loving the fully grown in stash. It's almost like a porn stash.
The goatee is there, but it's gray, right?
No, no, I'm talking about Stu.
Oh, Stu. Okay.
Stu's got the porn stash going on.
Yeah.
You always have the some facial hair. When you shave, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
But you always got something going on. Stu's got the really.
He looks like he's got that 70s porn look.
It seriously is.
Check.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, Debbie does Windsor Castle.
I don't know what to say about the porn star. I don't know.
No, forget about that. So what we were talking about before you like disappeared like fucking poof, like some fucking wizard. We explained the science behind the ice in the urinal. Did you hear that?
I didn't, because I don't know what I've done.
It's the best part of the show.
When my computer blanked out, I done it. I blanked out as well. I honestly don't know what happened the last couple of minutes. I couldn't tell you if I had to write it down.
We're running towards the end of the show, but basically what they said is the bar owners believe that the ice worked better than the deodorant pucks in the urinals, because when the urine hit the ice froze the odor of the urine for enough time that the water ran down the drain. Now, Big B and I are thinking, this could be a sport. It's a lot of fun, but there is a reason and a science. I'm telling you, there's no restaurants open I can go to, but I guarantee if I went to Applebee's tomorrow and I walked in the bathroom, take a leak, there's gonna be ice in every single urinal. There had to be a reason for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lazy man's cleaning solution.
It obviously works. If these are multi-million.
It's not regular ice. It's like iced bleach.
It's
something like that. And this is your backhanded way of saying to me, I haven't posted tea to your wife. That's all I can say. Yeah. And your wife will get your tea. Yeah. I did look in the shops today. It wasn't good enough for your wife.
Did you just pop some opiates when you're like black out there for a minute?
Your wife will get a tea. That's all I'm saying. And I'm working on it. And she will get some of these.
It's like he's on fucking cocaine and hash.
Yeah. Melissa, your tea's in the post. Yeah.
Do you think she watches this show?
I'm going to want something in return.
If she watched this show, she would have divorced me 6 years ago.
There's nothing I really want from Canada. Right.
Right.
Okay.
Except for air conditioners.
Maple syrup's okay.
You got lots of ice too.
I want gravy.
Oh, we got lots of gravy.
I'll tell you what I want in return for tea. And it's gonna be expensive. It's gonna hurt you a little bit, but I want Big Mac sauce.
Well, that's not expensive.
Because we don't get that here. I want Big Mac sauce, and I want poutine gravy.
The Swiss Chalet poutine gravy. All right, I'll get that. Next time
So I will send you a tea in the next 7 days.
Well, I can't guarantee you the shipping from Canada. It's going to come over on Pocahontas's canoe. Like the way our postage works is.
It takes almost a month to get from New York to Canada.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard of kryptonite locks, like cycle locks and motorbike locks?
What?
No.
But they're from America. I think they're from California, and I purchased like a lock. It's like a really good lock, apparently from America. So about 4 or 5 years ago, I bought like a motorcycle lock, and then it came out in the news that you could open it with a pen, like a big pen.
Yeah.
So the company was so good that anyone that applied to them, they would resend out a lock with this new locking system they had. So they sent me out a whole new set, because I bought 3 locks from them. They sent me out 3 locks. And then one of them froze up. So they sent me another lock. I know it's boring, but they sent me another lock. And this was like November time last year. And the fucking lock broke again. It seized up. So I sent them just now, like about 6-7 days ago, an email. I said, the lock's froze. I can't use it. They sent me another lock. 5 days that lock was here. DHL.
Well, remember you got the lunchbox for me for my son.
Yeah.
It took maybe a week, maybe a day less.
And that was like a sort of budget courier or whatever.
Yeah, it was.
I think Canada. I think Canada Postage has been quarantining before quarantining was cool.
I think they have like a quarantine section. Like this one's going to Ontario. Let's send it like north. Let's send it.
I could send something from my hometown to Toronto, which is 4 hours away. And I think what they do is they send it to Toronto to be dispatched back in Windsor to be sent to Toronto. Like there's no, except for Amazon. The only people I can say are awesome are Amazon Prime. If they say I'm going to get something by 8 o'clock the next day, it could be coming from fucking Peking. I get it.
Yeah.
Well, that's because they use their own delivery system.
Yeah. How they do it, I don't know, but it works.
Yeah, they don't go through, for the most part, they don't go through postal or FedEx or UPS.
I think the government should stop investing in central heating for the 2 weeks that it's hot over there and maybe pump that money into postal services.
We got the worst postal. I swear it's like the Pony Express. It's brutal. I could send a letter across town. I bet you.
I must admit that I've got an admission to make, right? And it's not really a mission. I sent DK a birthday card last year. Never once had a thanks for it.
I don't really, honest to God, don't think it's arrived yet.
Hey, I'm not complaining.
I usually get my Christmas cards around Easter.
I sent him a birthday card last year. It's like handmade. Wait, handmade. I've done it on the internet. Never once did he say thank you. I'm not having a grudge.
I don't think I ever got it.
I totally forgot about it until you brought it up.
Send me an email, for God's sakes. It's the easiest way to get a hold of me. I swear to God, I ain't never got
it. Said that in good faith. Oh God, he's gonna love that. That's gonna make his day.
You guys are like, oh my God, I got my Christmas.
Not even a thank you.
I didn't get the fucking card.
Yeah, it's funny you didn't send me a birthday card, but hey, I'm not complaining either.
Like I'm telling you, I don't know which D to the K you sent it to, but I ain't got no fucking card.
Someone's celebrating your birthday, that's for sure.
Oh Lord, we're winding down here, Stu. So one last thing, one last topic, or subject, or whatever you want to call it. So you have been listening to us as we continue to do the show in your absence while you're working.
Yeah.
Is there any story that came up? I mean, we've had some great stories over the past weeks. Legs dropping out of the air of skydivers and I can't remember all the stories.
I did love the skydiving. I must admit.
I thought you liked the wedding one too. You were pretty smitten by the wedding.
What was the wedding one? Remind me. Sorry.
That was the one that Big B and I were fighting. He thought it was a good idea. I was like thinking it was insulting. And the wedding invitation where they put them in groups.
Oh, I loved it. Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, I mean, I was with Big B on that, and like, if I get an invitation, you're in Group C or whatever it was, like, oh, fuck you, I'm not coming.
No, that was me.
That's DJ.
Oh, no, I'll just say no, fuck you. Like,
that was me.
I'm in Group C.
You get mad at me about the fucking birthday card.
Stick your wedding up your ass, as far as I'm concerned.
That's what I said. He's the one that said, no, I'll go online and keep checking.
Obviously, like you might get an invite. You get an invite for the whole day, or you get an invite for the evening over here anyway. Like, and if you get an invite for the evening, you're not close friend or whatever, but they want you there. They want the present, as you said in the show last time. But no, fuck you. I'll just say fuck him.
Exactly.
Bollocks.
Big B on the other hand said he's going to be there and check. Oh, Mrs. B, we're 3 rows away from the DJ. Let's click.
But saying that, it depends. Saying that depends where the venue is. If the venue is like in a really classy place, fuck it, you go Group D or not, C, D. you go just to annoy them.
Now, see, that's an angle we never took, BB.
Yeah.
Is that you sit there at your computer night and day drinking fucking coffee, and you're just sitting there, and there's an opening, and you're like fucking Jack Nicholson in the shine.
Yeah. Fuck 'em. Go anyway. Yeah, and just think, fuck it, yeah, we're Group D. Let's go. We'll just get them like some glasses or something. You know, drinking glasses from Walmart.
Yeah.
As they wanted glass, they wanted crystal.
We just
got
get
Walmart.
them a Big Mac sauce and put it in.
Yeah, Big Mac sauce and a couple of fucking sachets of gravy.
Yes,
powder.
And then you get in there and you're like, when everyone else is doing YMCA or the hustle, you just whip it out and urinate on the dance floor.
Do you know
Group C, you motherfuckers?
Do you know, talking about that,
I got for Group C.
For my 21st birthday.
Oh, here we go. I knew it. I've been waiting all night for a story.
Right, for my 21st birthday, I was working in a hotel, and I was a chef there, whatever, and we went to what's called a holiday camp. Have you got that? Holiday camp? It's like that. There's like you all stay in like cabins or chalets, and there's like a big venue where you can play snooker, darts. There's a swimming pool. There's like 3 or 4 big clubhouses where they have like big entertainment, like a sort of like a band in one place, a comedian in another.
Kind of like Las Vegas.
Yeah, but on a sort of like a English style without air conditioning.
On a more quaint scale without sense.
Yeah. So it's really good fun. It's really good fun. It's a family place. There's kids, trampolines for the kids, swimming. There's go-karts. So I went there and I invited. At the time, so I was working in a hotel.
Get out the book.
So I invited
21st birthday party. Who'd you invite?
It was my 21st birthday.
Yeah.
I invited like loads of staff from the hotel because I used to socialize with all those people. My girlfriend was another chef.
Who was your girlfriend that was a chef? I don't think we've met her yet.
It was Alex. No, it was Alex.
Have we met Alex yet? I will have to go back.
She was a fiance at some stage as well.
Okay.
But
did you give her a ring?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah. So, and I made her, actually, while we was on holiday, you paid like £10 and you fished for a pearl. So you picked up an oyster and the guy opened it and it had a pearl inside.
Right.
And I had that pearl made into a gold ring for her.
So that was the purpose. So I thought the purpose of the trip was your 21st birthday.
Yeah, it was, but I had it made into a ring, not an engagement ring.
So like a promise ring.
I don't know what the fuck it was, but I made it into a ring anyway.
So you now just visualize a little bit of radio, a little bit of video, but we don't have all the video available. So you're casting a fishing rod, or what? How are you?
It's like a tank. You know when you go and buy like if you're in a restaurant and you get a lobster.
Yeah.
So it was like oysters. So you go, I'll have that one there. No, not that one. That one.
Right. So it's like that game that the kids play to pull the stuff in.
Sort of, but you can choose your one and you're guaranteed an oyster.
Gotcha. So what happens if you're unhappy with the oyster?
Well, it's tough. That's the one you chose.
So, okay. So you opened this oyster. Was it beautiful?
Well, it was a pearl inside.
A cultured pearl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had that pearl made into a ring.
Right. And it just so happened on that draw of the clam or whatever oyster, you got a good pearl.
Well, it seemed okay for a 21-year-old guy.
Alex was pleased.
She was pleased, yeah.
Well, that's all that matters. As long as Alex is happy, who gives a fuck?
May I interject in here, please?
Absolutely.
Please do, because I've forgotten already what my initial question was.
So I've gone back in the book, the archives for Stu's life, and Alex was brought up. Here we have, I guess you were 19 years old when you met her, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I have that you were engaged with the pearl ring. But fun fact, did you know that Alex is the same girl where Stu puked in the fish tank and killed the fish?
I did not know that. I thought that was the Aborigines.
No, that's
No.
Alex.
That was Alex.
And am I wrong? And I really don't want to be wrong. This is the woman when he opened the window, he saw his future wife.
No.
Okay.
No. Oh, no.
No, that was
several years later.
Is there any way you can transcript this book into a blog and we can have it on the webpage?
That was sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but that was with the Chinese girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
So that's when he opened the window and saw his future wife from across the
Well, that's not strictly true, because I was with the Chinese girlfriend at the time.
Mhm.
She was my girlfriend. Okay.
Right.
And then I went out.
And you were in those Christmas socks that made noise.
No, I went out. I was with the Chinese girlfriend. I went out, met another girl. I went to the other girl's house. In the meantime, I was seeing my wife.
Yeah, but you saw your wife through a window originally.
Through a window, and I could see my wife's flat or apartment through that window.
Right, and you said, I got to be with, what did we call her? Mrs. Koi Gojo or?
Uji Guji?
Oogie Googie or whatever. Yeah, I get it.
Anyway, but what I was getting to, we was talking about presents, wedding presents.
So anyway, I don't want to go down the same.
But you need to hear this.
I don't want to do Alice through the looking glass. You're telling us about your 21st birthday.
Yeah, my 21st birthday. So my auntie, you've got these dollar stores.
Is this the auntie that had no legs that used to have to bounce down the stairs?
No.
Different name. Okay. What's her name?
Linda.
Linda. This is Big B. Auntie Linda.
So,
when you're writing this, Big B, do you go if it's a double take, do you go refer to page?
So Linda's job, she worked in a pound shop, like a dollar store.
A what?
A dollar store.
A dollar. Okay, a dollar store.
Pound shop. Shop. And do you know when I have this like a nice sort of like encased pen?
Right.
It's like a gold pen.
Right.
And it's encased in this plastic shit. Yeah.
So it's a beautiful gold pen encased in plastic shit.
So anyway, my auntie works in a pound shop that sold these things. So for my 21st birthday, that was my present.
Beautiful.
And when I got it, and I just thought but that's from your shop.
How does this tie in with the oyster and the golden ring and all the
rest? I'm just saying about
doesn't.
It's a present. It's like, how can someone do that? That was the most disappointing present I've ever had in my life. Because I thought, Lynn, I could go and buy that for £1.
It's the thought that counts, Stu.
It's not. There's no thought that's gone into it.
So you eventually their broke relationship with Aunt Lynn.
No, I love her. I love her because she's lovely.
Okay, so you forgave her for the beautiful gold pen inside the plastic shit.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, back to the 21st birthday party with the oyster tank.
Yeah.
Why was there an oyster tank at this place? Like this?
Well, it was like a special. It's like someone had drummed up business to sell oyster pearls. Did I say that 5 times?
Yeah, you just echoed. You were like a verb. All right. Is that the end of the birthday story?
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. I bought a pearl. A pearl. I gave her a necklace out of it as well, pearl necklace. But
So
Yes, I'm sure you did later that night.
and this is the girl where he vomited in the fish tank.
did I tell? I obviously told you just while we were on about ex-girlfriends. Did I tell you the time we went? I think I must have done that. We went for a bed and breakfast place.
Which
we had
girl?
this.
There were so many.
No, Karen.
Which one?
Karen. Have you got Karen?
I
think there was 2 of them, wasn't it? Karen 1 and Karen 2.
I have no. That was Carol.
Carol.
I have Karen was your girlfriend from 91 to 92, or in that area, 91 to 92.
That's the one that they had the trailer together.
When I had this guy try and set up some kind of like foursome.
Right.
So basically my girlfriend at the time, and it's no relation to my brother, but it was on the Isle of Wight.
Yeah.
Okay. And my girlfriend booked this hotel, and it was like a literally painted pink from the outside. Okay. It was like a sort of chalet building, and everything inside was pink. So we had this depending how you look at it, it was lovely room, huge room, and then a bathroom, and it had this like sunken bath. Have I ever mentioned that before?
No,
I don't remember a sunken bath in a pink hotel.
I don't remember the story, and I'm looking.
But the whole hotel was pink.
Right.
Duvets, the pillows.
Everything's pink.
It was like a surprise for me, like I would like it. So we went there.
Is this where the inspiration for Choo Choo Stu came from?
So listen, we've checked into the room. We said, okay, let's go down the village. We'll grab a bite to eat.
Right. I
was quite naive in those days. I have to tell you, I was very naive. So we've gone to this local pub. And I'm sure I've told you, we've walked into this pub. It's like a local pub. Open the door, and the place has gone silent. And then, like, close the door behind you, got up to the bar, and everyone's looked at you. And then it's all gone back to normal. We said, can we get a pint of beer? Blah, blah, blah. And then there's roast. But all of a sudden, it's all changed. Roast potatoes are offered to us over the bar.
They offered you, so without any hello.
No, we said hello. Can I get a pint of beer and a fruit-based drink for my girlfriend?
Yeah.
And then they bring out trays of roast potatoes so you can eat them while you're drinking.
Just like whole potatoes.
Well, roast, like roast potatoes you'd have with your dinner.
Yeah, with like roast beef or
yeah. So it's just the potatoes, but no roast beef. So you eat them while you're drinking.
Right.
Brian?
I'm very confused.
We're just waiting for what happens.
Can you imagine? Do you know if you go for a beer?
Yeah.
And they offer you like a bowl of peanuts.
Or like a plate of nachos with
a plate of nachos or something. Right. They don't ask you. Yeah. So they don't ask you. They just so like, hi, yeah, can I get I'll have a bottle of Budweiser and whatever, lemon sherbet for my wife. And then they give you the drinks, and then they just give you like a plate of potatoes, not a plate of potatoes, but they offer you like there's some kind of like as a side dish of roast potatoes.
And they're literal whole potatoes.
Well, like, do you know if you peel a potato and you cut it in half or quarters, depending on the size, and roast it, as if you would have that with your dinner. So they offer They do that. They do that in England. Not in every place.
That's fucking weird.
Like salted roast potatoes. So while you're eating your dinner, drinking your beer,
right?
Yeah, and your sweet white wine for your wife or whatever it is. So you have a potato with it.
I've never heard that ever.
But that's what they did in this pub.
It's always like
I've never been in a restaurant with hors d'oeuvre. I've had garlic bread. I've had spinach dip. I've had nachos. I've had shrimp cocktail. I have never had someone bring me a plate of roasted potatoes.
But roast potato, what's nicer? Why is nicer than a, than a roast potato? But that's what. You're making me sound like I'm crazy.
Some of this shit. Like I've never.
Did they maybe offer peas and carrots as well?
No, listen, you go to a bar, right?
Just roasted potatoes.
Right, just imagine you go up to your local bar. Can I have a pint? I'll have a pint of Corona and whatever, Chablis or whatever for the wife. Yeah. Okay, and they bring it out to you, and they just slide in
a lemon sherbet.
They slide in a plate of roast.
You said I'll take a lemon sherbet for my wife. I've got it written down, and that's what I'm going to the gates with. I'm telling you right now, Big B, that's my go-to. I will take a lemon sherbet for my wife. And I just can't imagine sitting at a restaurant or McDonald's. Someone put a plate of roasted potatoes in front of me.
But why do that here? Why do that here? Not every day, on a Sunday, yeah?
Well, just as a special. It's like Tuesday. It's
potatoes.
What more? No, what could be nicer?
The red light special at Kmart.
What could be nicer? You go up, right? You've gone for a walk with your wife on Sunday morning. No, listen. Picture the scene. You've gone for a nice stroll with your wife. You stayed in the hotel the night before,
right?
Or whatever. Oh, you're local. You've gone for a walk on a Sunday morning with your wife. Yeah. Walk up to the bar. A pint of local ale, whatever the wife wants.
Lemon sherbet.
Yeah. And then they bring it up to you, a little platter of roast potatoes. It's like having a plate of crisps.
It's
not like they're round, big.
I haven't got halfway through the story yet.
Shit, I don't have all night, Stu. It's so much late for me. I can't imagine what time it is for you.
But anyway, listen, we got into this pub.
Yes, and you got your plate of roasted potatoes.
And when we got in there, like not literally, but they've locked the doors behind us. Yeah, so we've got a lock in. Yeah, right. Everyone went quiet. They saw me and my girlfriend. We're not causing no trouble. We got in for a beer, locked the doors. Roast potatoes come out. We've had a nibble, a few drinks, all got a little bit drunk. We've left to come home, right? And I'm not sure if our neighbour. Anyway, we've gone back to.
You get out of the door if it was locked?
Well, they unlock it. We've gone back to our hotel, which is pink.
Yes,
it's like everything is love hearts. It's a romantic hotel. Everything is like really over the top. So we've gone back, and then there's this knock on the door, right? And it's a neighbour. And I was 20. How old was I? 20.
If they're standing at the door with a plate of roasted potatoes,
I was about 22.
Right now.
I was about 22. Knock on the door. And this bloke, who was probably double my age, say, yeah, it was about late 30s. And he said, but this is how, like, I I was naive. I was very naive at the
It
time.
was her husband. Is that what you're trying to tell
It was
us?
the husband of this woman.
Okay.
I said, "Oh yeah,
Karen.
me and my wife wondered if you'd want to join us and this
Oh,
and the
you
other."
were
But
at a
basically, it was
swingers
asking for a foursome.
Gotcha. So
Basically, it was asking for a foursome, and I said to my wife, "Oh, well, this guy wants to," because I was naive. You have to admit.
Yeah.
I go, "Oh, this guy here wants you." Basically, and
swing.
I've got to fuck his wife. And but that's what he was saying.
Did it happen?
But no, it didn't happen. But I only realised after. It was about a year after. I'm thinking, fuck, what that guy mean? And I'm thinking, I realise what he means now. But yeah,
You were at a swingers hotel.
something like that. Yeah. But I don't know. I've always been slow on the take. You know.
And all of this from roasted potatoes.
Yeah. Have you been to a pub lately? Anywhere? Windsor Castle?
Yeah, today was the first time.
Did they serve you roasted potatoes?
No, but if the moral of the story, if anyone ever offers you roast potatoes at the bar, it is an invitation to a sex party.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, now I'm putting two to two together. It's getting a little late. So you're saying that the person that sent you the roasted potatoes was the guy that knocked on your door?
Most likely. I don't know. But yeah.
So roasted potatoes back in the day before computers and internet.
But if I'm honest, the guy's wife wasn't bad. But I was like already batting above my or punching above my weight with Karen.
Right. She was a knockout.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Now, when Karen saw, God, I don't know if I have enough time to get into this. If Karen, when Karen saw the roasted potatoes, did that put up like, whoa, something's going on here?
No, not with her. No.
So you guys just thought, oh, this is like local cuisine. It's like someone bringing us, some.
It's quite normal. It's quite a normal
Quite
thing.
normal thing for someone to bring you a plate of roasted potatoes before.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I'm getting at.
So after you got the knock at the door and the guy said, "Hey, you want to have a foursome?" What did your girl?
Well, he didn't say that.
What did he say? One potato, two potatoes, three potato, four?
It's so like maybe we could all get together later and stuff like that. But
what was Karen's reaction?
I was, mate. It was like fucking nearly 30 years ago. Do you know what I mean? But it all comes back. I can still remember the locking of the door. I can still remember the potatoes at the.
Do you think there's a chance that those roasted potatoes were laced with something?
And we drank a lot.
I realize that, but do you think the roasted potatoes were perhaps laced with something? Like a drug, like a date rape drug, like a roof.
I was very naive at the time, and I was thinking like, so this guy, I don't know if I remembered after, this guy wants to shag my wife, and he wants me to shag his wife.
You gave her a
not my wife,
ring.
my girlfriend.
You fucking gave her.
But you think like, I'm not gaining anything here.
I have a question going back to originally when you walked in the bar. Why did they lock the doors behind you?
And then why did you get out if they locked the door? I'm a little tongue-tied with that.
Because
we walked in the bar and they locked the doors behind us. Is this prohibition era? What are you doing?
No, because at that time, the pubs opened like from 11 a.m.
right
till like 2 p.m.
Okay.
Something like that. So,
do you need to go throw up before you finish this story? You have the worst fucking hiatal hernia I've ever seen in my life.
So So taking into consideration, like after 2, you can't drink until 5. So what they do at 2, they shut the doors. So if we come in at 5 to 2, they look at you. Everyone stops, looks like, are these people going to tell the cops or whatever? And when they go, hello, mate, I'm just here for a pint of beer and whatever, a lady
Roasted potatoes.
Yeah. And then they offer baked potatoes because it's Sunday.
Of course. What else would you have at a bar on Sunday besides baked potatoes?
I mean, obviously, you wouldn't offer it any other day apart from Sunday.
That would just be absurd. Why would you offer it on a Wednesday? Come on now.
No, but they don't.
Waste of good potatoes. I mean, why would you? Is that like? So the bar closes at 2. Lock the door. Do the people that come like in the open hours get?
Now everyone gets a potato.
Like, does everyone get roasted potatoes?
Because they're salted. Yeah, they're salted. So that makes you drink more.
Glad, but when it comes push comes to shove, I don't know about Big B, but there's still fucking roasted potatoes.
Are they imported from Idaho?
Nice crunchy potato. You know what I mean? Makes you, and lots of salt on it, makes you drink more, doesn't it?
So they give you the roast. See, now it starts to make sense. And why'd you have to wait till the end of the show to tell us this? The reason they give you this roasted potatoes is because it makes you drink more.
Yeah.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Well, I thought it was obvious.
Oh, yeah. I go to bar, the enemy roast. Excuse, what would you like, sir? I'd like a lager. Yeah, okay. Have some roasted potatoes. I've never had fucking roasted.
But is it not obvious? But why don't you get your local bar?
That's like saying,
salted peanuts would be obvious, not fucking roasted potatoes.
Everyone does something.
I walked into a bar here and I got a beer and they gave me chutney. It doesn't make sense.
I have never been served roasted potatoes.
No.
That's why all the bars here are going broke.
But they should. Like, if you went to a pub, like both of you, if you went to a bar just for a quick beer and said, let's just pop in, and they had a plate of like a platter, help yourself, of roast potatoes, loads of salt on them and that, and they're crunchy, all crispy and fluffy inside. Would you not go, do you know what? I love this place.
I really have a craving for roasted.
But what would you do? What would you do?
I will be 100% honest. I would go eat the roasted potatoes.
Yeah, and you would eat that and you go,
whatever I am barbecuing tomorrow night is going to be roasted potatoes.
No, but you would go like, but don't have the roasted potatoes straight away. Like, cook them, get them all crispy, fluffy, and like.
So,
yeah.
What do you mean don't have them straight away? They bring them in, I send them back. These roasted potatoes are not well done.
No, but that's what people do here. And sometimes they have like pork fat.
Yeah. You know what, Choo Choo Stu? You know what we do? We pee on ice. Instead of roasted potatoes, we pee on ice. That's what we do. Anyway, listen, it's getting late. Stu, you're off next week again. Are you available to join us?
I'm pretty damn sure. Yeah.
we can book the return because this will give us ample opportunity to absorb and come back with questions.
You can maybe pop to your local bars and have stalled a beer and just say, have you got any roast potatoes? Especially on a Sunday, you've got more chance.
I'm pretty sure someone would arrest me if I said that in a local bar. I can't. I just can't do it anymore. So anyway, it comes to that point in the show, and I already told you guys. I simply wrote down one thing. I know there's a lot of stuff we talked about. It always takes us a lot of time to pick up steam.
Mm-hmm.
I will take a lemon sherbet for my wife.
I guess I'm next.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will tell you, as I do every week now, I have a list. I wrote down a bunch of stuff having to do with Stu's 21st birthday, but two things I wrote down. First was a beautiful gold pen encased in plastic shit.
What plastic shit?
Plastic shit. Which I thought was funny until we got to the final story, which I wrote down: roasted potato sex party.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and I'll have to go with that because that's what it was. That's what it would have been. You know, had I have had hindsight,
I don't know.
In hindsight, I'd have been there. And
in hindsight, we'll talk about this next week because thank God we have part 2 of this.
Maybe that's why Stu had the dream with you and the dude from the other show in the bed having with the chicks.
Yeah,
this is a regret of his life.
Roasted potato. Anyway, I have one. It's not a concern, but I have a question. Is there any way we can get that book transcribed into like a blog that we could add to the webpage?
There's so much in here that there's no rhyme or reason to it. I just wrote it down as it happened. It would take a lot to organize this.
But at least you know where to reference. I'm surprised you don't have like sticky tabs everywhere. And
I should, but I know roundabouts like this page here is where it all started with like every character in Stu's life.
Right.
So that's the first page I went to when he brought up Alex. I went down and I saw Alex is listed, and then I have fish tank puke was the first thing there.
And remember when he said to us, "I've got nothing else left. I've told you everything." The roasted potatoes in the Pink Hotel was never covered in the original series.
Never once.
This is like the director's cut.
It comes up. I just don't know where they come from. It's just like, oh yeah. It's like
that is truly why Stu is the most interesting man in the world.
Most interesting man in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to end this at some point. We do have a semi-confirmation that we will have Choo Choo Stu back again next week, and we can continue.
And something I did just think of this week, and I know we did go through it. That was we went on holiday as kids with my parents. My parents met up with other parents, and the other parent was a nurse for amputees. And I think I told you this because my brother had a hand, like a fake hand.
Yes.
I think I told you this before.
I don't remember a brother with a fake hand.
I remember this, yes.
Yeah. So something made me think of him the other day, and I was thinking, oh, did I tell you about that? But I probably did anyway. But
so anyway, what's the cliffhanger? What the brother with the fake hand, Big B? Write it down.
No, it's not my brother. It's Ken and Jenny. Was the couple, and Jenny was the fake limb supplier because she supplied my brother with a fake hand, although he didn't need it.
Cut it.
So we had that. No, we had
Cut
that
it.
hand.
No, you got to come back next week. Jenny, the fake limb supplier, is where we pick up next week. And next week, we're coming out of the gates with a vengeance, folks. We're not going to wait until the last hour to get to this shit of roasted potatoes and whatnot. Jenny, the fucking fake limb supplier.
I have it written down. I have it circled. Next week. Right there. Next week. Ken and Jenny, the fake limb supplier.
I will starve through the entire week until I hear this. And just to give you a tip, folks, we don't usually do this. Apparently supplied Choo Choo Stu's brother with a fake hand he didn't need. I can't fucking wait.
We had it in the house for like several
No,
years.
no. This is next
sorry.
week.
No, I
You're
know.
on vacation. This can all wait till next week. We need a cliffhanger. I'm playing the music. You got 2 hours to buy a shirt or a mask. By the way, Stu, if you go buy a mask right now, it's 30% off.
I am going to buy one.
And I think I might go shopping too. Masks, shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, books like Big B has. All 30% off. CaveCrewRadio.com. Click on the merchandise section. We're going to find about this underground fake limb smuggler next week. Until next time, folks, look for the recipe for the roasted potatoes on the Cave Crew Radio Facebook page. I'm sure Stu will share that with us. We're out of here.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!